All right. Let's see what we got. Let's do the Jared Leto. Let's do this. Jared Leto has a problematic past by Repzilla. Okay, guys. Here we go. This is the Johnny Depp arc if he went down a path where people didn't like him. Cuz they are similar. Jared Leto and Johnny Depp are very similar. They're both a little annoying, but Johnny Depp is so lovable. He's such a lovable guy, I guess. I don't know. This guy's insane, bro. By the way, Suicide Squad sucked balls. Horrible Joker. There was really no reason to ever cast him. It was terrible. I didn't like it. His character was cringe, and I don't think I've ever liked him in anything ever in my entire life. Also, didn't he go like crazy and like fucking DM Will Smith his genitals or something? No, he didn't do that, but he did something weird because he's a what is he? A method actor, right? So he's just fucking bad shit. He was good in Dallas Buyers Club. I don't even know what that is. Is that something about gay people getting AIDS? Is that actually what Dallas Buyers Club is about? I think it is actually about that.
Hey, welcome back into today's video. We're going to be talking about the actor and musician Jared Leto. Now, some of the things we're going to be talking about, they're pretty bad. He was trending on Twitter about his movie Morbius last week, and then when I clicked to check out what people were saying, I saw a tweet from Dylan Sprouse. That's the brother of Cole Sprouse, if you've ever watched Riverdale. So this sent me down a rabbit hole, and you're not going to believe the stuff.
I watched Zach and Cody. What did the tweet say? Now that you slid into the DMs of every female model aged 18 to 25, would you say your success rate is? Probably reasonably high. Why out him like that? This is honestly like a kind of a normal behavior for a lot of guys. Well, listen, I think it's weird for an older man to date a younger girl, but like it's kind of normal. And as long as they're 18, like who gives a shit? Why are you outing this guy? Why are you trying to start beef?
Sprouse, that's the brother of Cole Sprouse, if you've ever watched Riverdale. So this sent me down a rabbit hole, and you're not going to believe the stuff that I found. There's island cults, stories to do with underage girls, bizarre competitions, taking advantage of his
what is this, Jeffrey Epstein?
Base. There's a lot here. Grab yourself a beverage and brace yourselves.
Okay.
Oh, I got it in my eye. Jared Joseph Leto is an American actor and musician known for his method acting in a variety of roles. He received numerous accolades.
Oh, look, it says he's 50 there. I guess I could have waited.
Throughout his career, which spanned over 3 decades, including Academy Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, a Golden Globe Award, and a Critics' Choice Movie Award. Okay. He's currently 50 years of age.
Wow.
Before we get
he looks good for 50, I'll tell you that much. I look like shit for 50, by the way. I look normal for 50, and I'm 32, so.
To some of the more hardcore stuff, I want to talk about how he pushes boundaries while calling it method acting. One Twitter user says, Jared Leto was so committed to playing Morbius that he would use crutches and slowly limp to the bathroom.
Sometimes I do that. You ever wake up and you have to pee really bad? And then you're like holding your bladder when you get to the bathroom? Yeah. But then you can't really pee. It's like it comes out so slow. It's the fucking worst, bro.
However, pee breaks were taking so long that it was slowing down filming, so a compromise was made for him to use a wheelchair.
Okay.
So he gets pretty immersed in his roles, which, I mean, that is method acting, and it's not a big deal. But Jared Leto takes it to an extreme level. I've read articles where directors and co-stars were actually afraid to even interact with him because of some of the things that he would do. Which
I would just hit him in the mouth, to be honest with you. Has anybody just said, like, Jared, I will fucking smack you. I will smack the fuck out of you. If you fuck with me, I will smack the shit out of you. You're 50 years old. Okay? I'll smack the fuck out of you. And if I can't do it, I will pay somebody to smack. Like, why not just say that? And he'd be like, all right. I'll take it easy.
Which include sending sticky Playboy magazines, used condoms, beads, and a lot more.
Wow. Well, send me 2 out of 3 of those things. Not one of them. It's up for you to decide.
To some of these co-stars. Obviously, I'm going to be censoring some words so this video doesn't get suppressed by the algorithm.
Method acting is frowned upon. I mean, method acting makes sense for some people to really get immersed in it. It just depends how far you take it. I mean, it's one thing for you to like maintain an accent while if you're trying to be an English person for like, you know, but
this is a video where Jared admits to some of these things.
Who did you send used to? Oh, everybody. Maybe they didn't want to tell you, but no.
How used were they? Did you put them on and then send them, or did you like coom into them? Did you come?
I mean, I did a lot of things to create a dynamic, to create an element of surprise, of spontaneity.
What character needed you to send them? Like, what character were you method acting where you needed to do that? Like, what character would do that? What character would do that behavior in what movie? The Joker? Why would the Joker do that? Why? Why would that be a thing that the Joker would do? Where the fucking canon in any in any arc, in any DC Comics Batman arc, where would the Joker send used condoms? Because he's the Joker, baby. I like that response. Okay.
And to really break down any kind of walls that may be there. I mean, the Joker is somebody who doesn't really respect things like personal space or boundaries.
I have seen it be said that Jared lies purposely in interviews to embellish stories, to make it just, to get the craziest stories out there and rotating in media because he gets a kick out of what people will believe.
Oh, maybe that's what actually happened. Okay.
But having some of his co-stars back up some of these more
it's a video concept.
Interesting stories makes me wonder. Makes me wonder a lot.
I got that. Jared said.
We can't just skip over that.
Yeah.
What do you say? What do you think?
You say Jared has gone full Joker.
Did you get?
Did you smack? Did you hit him? Will? Did you hit him? Is sending a cum-filled condom not as bad as making a joke about your bald fucking wife that looks like a goddamn sperm cell? Bill Smith? Which is worse? Huh? You think that, what's that girl's name? What's her name? What's his wife's name? I'm thinking the name Dennis Rodman. Why is that the first thing I think of? Jada Pinkett Smith. That's her name. Do you think that she intercepted the package and dumped Jared Leto's cum into her pussy? Because I feel like that's on brand for her. That feels on brand. So.
Yes, I got so many weird things. I can't even begin to tell you the weird things I got.
Yeah, he sent used and sticky Playboy magazines.
Honestly, just hearing this.
Sticky Playboy magazines? Hey, this way they don't fall out of my hands when I'm jerking my willy off.
I feel like it's disrespectful to his co-stars and the time and effort that they're also putting into the movies. I think that it borders even criminal activity. Like if some of these things were unwanted.
I mean, it's possible that they're all just embellishing the story for the hype too. I mean, Suicide Squad was a dog shit movie. By the way, what a waste, because Will Smith would have been an amazing Green Lantern. I'm being unironic. He would have been a great Jon Stewart Green Lantern. He would have been fucking incredible, and they wasted him on like Deadshot, I think his name was, right? And the movie was terribly written. It was abysmal.
By the co-stars, which I mean, if you think about it, and he does all this stuff under the guise of method acting, which I don't know if that's exactly how method acting is supposed to work. It definitely shouldn't be an excuse for inappropriate behavior. But let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below.
I think it should be an excuse. That's what I would say. Okay. Island Cult.
Jared Leto is not just a famous actor. He's also the lead singer of a very well-known band, 30 Seconds to Mars, which he co-founded with his brother.
Is he really? Didn't even know that. Wow. I don't really like that band, so makes sense.
Brother Shannon Leto in 1998. Now, there's been terrible, terrible stories about Jared Leto and his band going back decades. You've probably heard some of these stories, but you might have not known the details. We're going to go...
Are they substantiated details?
Over those details throughout this video, so get ready for that. First, I feel like it's important to know that he's sort of leveraged his musical success and his fan base towards strange and irresponsible situations. Over on the Repzilla
yeah, it probably takes longer than 30 seconds to get to Mars. True.
Twitter, I quote tweeted saying, "We should probably look into Jared Leto's Island Cult."
How do I not know about him? Because I'm fucking me. I don't know about anybody.
And
Will Smith would make a good Green Lantern. Don't ever say that again. Leave my chat. Shut up.
This is going to be Repzilla Twitter. I quote tweeted saying, "We should probably look into Jared Leto's
cult is not discussed enough.
Island Cult." And
whoa!
This is going to be very strange. So this is pictures of Jared Leto acting like some type of Jesus figure while he's walking with people that have joined this. And we're going to talk about the details in just a moment. They're all wearing white. They can be seen gathering around.
That is the worst color of them all.
Around him here, mostly you can see it's young girls. The way he presents himself here does look like he is some type of
Jesus,
deity. And let me tell you, this wasn't a free event, so wait till you hear about the prices.
Hey, how good are they?
One person says having a 3-day retreat with your most dedicated fans is going to look culty no matter how you swing it. What kind of music festival has yoga, nature activities? Bro, please.
I mean, it's 3 days. I just don't really care that much. Plus, this person's pronouns are they, them. I mean, who gives a shit about that? I'm just kidding.
The obsessiveness about this cult it's really on another level, and you're going to be surprised to hear about the details.
Well, to tell me, though.
Give me an amen. Give me a hallelujah.
Oh, he's religious. He's out of his fucking mind. Okay. I mean, a lot of religious nuts, they're a little sussy sometimes.
Give me a praise the Lord.
The main 30 Seconds to Mars Twitter, they actually tweeted saying, yes, this is a cult. Hashtag Mars Island.
Wait, what? They're throwing shade at Jared Leto? Oh, shit. Nay-nay. Whoop. That's not a nay-nay, that's a dab.
So I'm going to read some of these comments here so you guys can get a feel of what I'm talking about. Now, this fan base, they're not just called fans. He calls them the Echelon, which is some type of a military formation. The word was also used as a secret government code name, which was a surveillance program operated by the United States. It's also a formation where the units are arranged diagonally. Each unit is stationed behind and to the right or behind to the left of the unit. So you can kind of take that for what you will, but let's read some of the comments from the Echelon. Am I saying that right? 600 people with different ages, nations, professions in the middle of the sea, united by love, music, and by your talent.
So that sounds beautiful.
Some people got red yarn-looking bracelets.
I got that at Michael's the other day, so it cost me like 30 cents.
One user saying, been in this cult since 2002 and I'm never leaving. This is my home. Nice. A cult, a family, beautiful memories of us, Echelon.
Why are they calling it a cult? Why are they open to saying it's a cult?
Our Echelon leader. Thank you for giving us all this. And you can see 100% that he is playing into the role. Apparently, this cult was all started as a
hey, he's just method acting, bro. Why are you gonna shit on him for that?
Joke, as can be seen in a 2013 New York Times interview with Jared.
Is that what it is? Repzilla is a southern emo? Okay, now it makes sense. I was not able, I didn't really get the accent. And now that you said that, it makes perfect fucking sense.
Leto. At one point in the video for the...
How do you pronounce Echelon? Is that like a Pokemon? Echelon? That sounds like a Pokemon. And if it's not one, it's going to be one soon. And if it becomes one after I make this video, I created it and I own the rights.
Song Closer to the Edge, the words, yes, this is a cult, come on screen. It's a joke, a response to journalists saying, you have such a cult following. We have always had incredibly committed people following us. Yeah. If people like 30 Seconds to Mars, they really
committed to a mental facility. I got them.
Really like it. It's really interesting how he responds to the interviewer about how this is a secret joke that's not meant for him. Seeing all...
Echelon, that's my version of Sonic Troop. You know that, brother. Hey, Mom, watch out. I'm coming for you. Oof. Damn. Echelon. Oh, it's echelon? Oh, I know that word. I've heard that before.
Those fans screaming and crying, I guess I didn't quite understand where the joke ended and where the actual Messianic business began, you know?
I'm actually going to come hang out with my mom on her birthday soon. This weekend. So, see you soon, Mom. Gross joke. Oof.
He says, well, I'll push back a little bit. The joke really isn't for you. It's for the believers who get the joke. Okay. And this is one of the things about Jared Leto. There's always some type of excuse that he has for whatever it is that he's doing. He does interviews and he lies in those interviews purposely with outrageous claims to get the media to spread the word further, to have fun with it, he says. And on other occasions, the method acting, well, you could say that was an excuse for some of his boundary pushing. It's really hard to tell where the joke is in these things at times, or if he's really taking this serious. You never use the word fans. People who like you are the Echelon. He says, I hate the word fan. It just seems so dismissive because we have this cult, this family, these believers who understand. It seems fitting that there was a name to reference them.
True.
So the next question from this interview is actually how he does go about his interviews. You said some strange things in interviews over the years. You once claimed to have spent time in prison.
Yeah.
When I was young, I read that River Phoenix said he tried to lie as much as possible in interviews. It's okay to have a little fun out there. It's not about being evasive. As you can see, I'm an open book.
I guess that's just his clickbait. He's just trying to get people to watch this stuff, I guess, because it's fucking garbage. So I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't really watch anything from Jared Leto. Jared Leto is the kind of guy that my wife might like love a lot for no reason. You know what I mean? Like Johnny Depp. I know I compared the two before, but you know what I mean? I wonder if she does. I'll have to ask her about it, or she'll be like, he's cringe.
And again, it's very difficult to know if Jared is joking or not. It's very similar to how he behaves when he's method acting. There seems to be some type of excuse.
I think he's actually acting there, Repzilla. Just letting you know.
For everything he does, but the things that go on behind the scenes, they appear to be real. I'm going to show you this video I found. It shows you behind the scenes of what this is like to be a part of these types of events, and you get mega church vibes 100%.
Nice. I get like Christian fucking every Christian festival vibe.
They all dress in white. They call themselves the Echelon. He parades around as some type of Jesus-like figure. They have a very strong us versus them mentality, which psychologically, this type of mentality creates like...
What is this, Game of Thrones? What the fuck are you showing me?
Like this deeper type of connection between him and his fans where they feel like they're part of something special or part of something that other people are not a part of. And this would be okay if there wasn't several occasions where...
Pop is called All Must Be Topless at all time. Bro, for real, dude. If I had a cult, everybody would have to be topless, all except for me, because I don't want you to see my fat tits. But I want to see everyone else's fat tits. So
it appears that Jared Leto is taking advantage of his fan base, specifically when he ran a competition where the grand prize was sleeping in his bed for a night. Nice. In a May 9, 2013 tweet, he said, "I will."
This is so weird. I mean, they're all adults, so I don't care if they're fucking psychopaths. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be a fucking creep and go to an island and pay, like, I don't know, thousands of dollars, like, that's your fucking problem, idiot. But, I mean, that's fucking crazy.
I'll admit my bed is more like a hotel than most. Hashtag the sleepover.
My bed is, it's a queen. It's a queen-sized bed. My wife's and I sleep there, so there's not a lot of room for you. So you'll have to sleep by the end of the bed like a dog. This has been deleted, but I found the original rules for the competition on the Wayback Machine. Titled The Sleepover, it says, "Ever wonder what it's like to be at the Mars lab? No,
Want to come see? Even better, want to spend the night? Then we've got a contest for you. Right. Enter for a chance to be one of 5 winners who will receive the exclusive invitation to the lab for a magical..."
How the fuck are you gonna have 5 people sleeping in your bed at the same time, dog? What the fuck?
Night we are calling the Sleepover, which sounds fine enough until you get to this part. Still want more? Are you ready? One of the 5 winners will spend the night at Jared's house in Jared's very own bed.
One of the 5 winners.
Yes, it's true.
Why only one of the 5 winners? How does that work? You win, but then you don't even win? Shit.
True. Travel included. Now, I probably wouldn't get such creep vibes about this if within this competition rules.
Why? How's creepy?
They didn't say that it was a field night and birthplace of love and faith and dreams. Follow it off with stay the night in dude's bed. That doesn't feel like a correct message to send across to your fans that are primarily...
Well, how do you win? Do you have to be hot?
30 Seconds Mars, young girls, come on.
Yeah, I got a lot of lice in my bed. So you're not really winning.
And then say the possibilities are endless. I actually did find a now deleted Tumblr post where one of the winners go over their experiences and how really disappointing it was. Something I do want
to get to see his cock.
To point out here on the Wayback Machine is there's specific things, numbers that are the color yellow. And it's important to note that if these are the color yellow, then they have been manually removed. Around June of 2019, the Wayback Machine added a feature where the tool would highlight content additions and deletions in yellow and blue.
Okay.
And within my research, a lot of this stuff included things that were deleted, and I found more often than not that things were completely scrubbed from the internet manually. So in this post here, it talks about one of the winners and how they felt disappointed, but it gave a little bit more details. It said that there were 3 girls and 3 guys that won.
Sexy.
And again, if you click the source, it's completely gone. If you search it on the web,
it's right there. It's just in Spanish.
Wayback Machine, it's completely gone. Basically, this person's post talked about how Jared barely was there. He didn't autograph anything like he was supposed to, and a lot of things wasn't like they were supposed to be. And even
I want him to autograph my penis. He could only get the first 3 letters though, because he has a long name. So I would say jar.
Jared's bed was actually a coffin, and apparently the winner that got to stay in his bed's name was Matt. And here's
bro, can I just tell you something? Like, I have like a hair in my throat because today I went to the bank and I was talking to the bank person, and as I was speaking to them, a mustache hair went into my mouth, and it's COVID, so I can't. I was like, I can't. That's what I want to do. Like, I want to take my finger, like, and then I get the mustache hair in my mouth. Well, I couldn't do that. It's really in there. So what I did is I swallowed it, and it's stuck in my throat, and it's annoying the shit out of me.
Clip.
Cool bed, bro.
She ends off saying, "Yes, I have to admit that I'm sure some of you had more opportunities to interact with the band, and it was very nice, very cool. And even though this was not what we were expecting it to be, and we were eager for more, I'm grateful for having been there and have been giving the opportunity." So in this situation, there's no evidence, besides it just being generally overall creepy, that shows that anything bad happened, but it does show he is willing and aware of his fan base's devotion and how he can profit from it. But that's not all, because...
Hey, aren't we all? Hey guys, new merch drop. I didn't make any merch. What about it? How that would have been amazing if I wasn't so lazy. New merch drop, guys. Cute, but there's no merch. I have like old merch, but I have to update it, so I don't even think I have a link to it anymore. Cool, right?
A lot more to show you here. Back in 2013,
you're gagging right now. Can I tell you? I told my wife that story, and she said that she can't talk to me because she'll never forget that for her entire life. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but you know. I guess that's life.
Criticized for asking fans to get tattoos to appear in one of their new music videos.
That is a little
So
weird.
essentially they asked fans...
Wait, what's that?
Asking fans to get tattoos to appear in one of their new music...
I was just looking at the Northman review. I just want to see. I don't know if I want to see that movie. It's got Eric from Truba, and I love Viking movies and shows. That's like the mafia movies. For like, you know how like old Italian dads are like, I love the Goodfellas, the God for the Irishman. It was all right, but they made him Irish. Was that a good? Am I a good Italian? I'm not racist enough. Anyway, like Viking movies and shows. That's like my like Italian mobster movie. I like them. They're so cool as hell.
Music videos. So essentially, they asked fans to film themselves getting tattoos and saying specific things in order to win a chance to be in the video. Along with the request of a list of things fans must do in order to have their video qualify for consideration, including close-ups of the area tattooed before, during, and after the process, all fans must be filmed saying, I am the Echleon, before going under the needle, and must...
I'm more of a Flareon kind of guy. Is there a grass one now? Because I like the grass. I like grass a lot. It's all right, actually. But I like it. I'm not a big Flareon fan. Leafeon? Wow. That's really clever. So what would Echleon be? Echelon. Echleon. What is an Ek? Like Leafeon is a leaf. Ek is like cold. It's like COVID. That would be just a big... That would be a toxic Eevee Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool.
Also explain why they're getting it done. This is one of the fans' tattoos here. It says love, faith, and dreams.
Wow.
Now, to explain the details, fans only had less than a week to get this done. One article saying, it's absolutely irresponsible and probably the worst thing that Mars has ever done, giving fans a week time to get a tattoo of some random song.
I mean, like, listen, bro, I mean, like, it's weird to encourage people to do that, but then also, it's a fucking tattoo, and if somebody's that dumb, it's not like they're telling 4-year-olds to do this. They're telling, like, grown adults. If you're that fucking stupid, like, that's your fucking problem, you know?
People should choose their own lyric to a song that means something. You need time to do that. Any tattoo artist who would give you an appointment within 1 week, LOL, I would not suggest you go there.
Why? The tattoo's just a pyramid. It wasn't really that complex, right? This is it. This is like fucking 20 minutes. Do you think a tattoo artist is? You could have like the most basic person do that.
Again, I can see this. Lots of young fans, less than a week time. They're going to be hurrying up, rushing to try to get this to meet this competition deadline. And they may not be happy with their outcome, so I get this. Interestingly enough, on the 30 Seconds to Mars website, this has also been completely manually scrubbed. Jared's also been accused of exploiting his fans by charging over $900 for meet and greets.
Why would you go to that? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Listen, it seems like Jared Leto's out of his mind, but why the fuck would you go? Yeah, it's $900 to meet me. No thanks. Bye. Oh, I love you a lot. Not enough. I wouldn't even spend $900 to see my own dying mother in the hospital. That's actually not true. But, yeah, I'm not spending $900 to see fucking Jared Leto.
For 30 Seconds to Mars. In the top,
unless he is actually fucking, you know what I'm saying, then maybe I'll watch it.
But off during these meet and greets, they were wearing surgical gloves. One person on Instagram saying, 30 Seconds to Mars at a meet and greet last week wearing rubber gloves. Nice message to send to your fans.
When did this happen?
30 Seconds to Mars. In the top it off, during these meet and greets, they were wearing surgical gloves.
Was it during COVID? I don't know.
One person on Instagram saying, 30 Seconds to Mars at...
Hashtag dicks. Hashtag please sneeze on them if you get the chance. What? What the fuck? Why? How long ago was this?
At a meet and greet last week wearing rubber gloves. Nice message to send to your fans. Honestly, it is a bit weird.
Yeah, you guys are... Hey, the hands are the dirtiest part of your body. I'm wearing gloves. I mean, I'm not because I have eczema and because of my hands, but I understand why you would.
Keep in mind this is in 2013. If this was around the time of the pandemic, I would completely understand this type of thing, but...
Why? Germs always have existed. We just didn't give a fuck.
It wasn't. And also to put it in perspective, Rihanna charged about $116 for meet and greets, and Taylor Swift took the...
Shit, I would fucking spend $116 to smell Rihanna's fart. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with me today? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm experimenting. I'm experimenting with my shit. Not literally. Okay, just move on.
The stance of not charging anything for meet and greets. Wow, I actually had somebody comment under my tweets.
Of course you'd be a fucking Taylor Swift fan, you Southern person. Got him.
Saying this, yo, I met him and he's a DICK. Worst meet and greet ever. No eye contact, not even a hello.
Well, I feel like once you spend $900, you're probably going to not feel great about it. You know, you'd have to do a whole lot. You know?
Just signed my CD and passed it down the table to the next band member. Didn't even get a chance to ask for a picture. FUCK Jared Leto and his crap band. Going on to say, this was back in 2010 as well. No pandemic, no reason to not even acknowledge the person right in front of you. And not even the cult meetings are free, and the prices They're going to scare you. Screenshot Media revealed that its Camp Mars event, which was held between the 7th and 9th of September 2019, charged $999 for 2 nights of outdoor camping.
Wow, that's like Disney's prices. It's like Disney hotel prices. Holy shit.
Bring your own tent and supplies. The getaway also included daytime outdoor activities like rock climbing and archery, plus 2 30 Seconds to Mars concerts, which the band called Church of Mars. More expensive dorm options were offered, but the only way to sleep in a space that wasn't shared with strangers was to pay $6,499 for the VIP experience. That is absolutely...
So don't go. It's like oh my God, it's so expensive. Don't go. I never thought of it that way. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Insane. And don't get me wrong, the issue is not that they're making money. It's the way that they're going about it and the general ways that they're doing this. So, while also unironically proclaiming themselves as anti-greed back in 2013. Jared Leto...
I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were anti-greed.
Made a music industry documentary saying that he's pro-fairness, pro-art, and pro-creativity. So this had to do with the record label EMI and their second album, A Beautiful Lie, where they claimed in a lawsuit that they never saw much money from their album sales. So honestly, it's a bit hypocritical to complain about how the industry is exploiting you by taking your money, while also you yourself are attempting to cash in every way possible.
True. Hey, don't hate the player, brother. Hate the game.
Good. I'm actually interested to know if any of you out there have your own experiences with Jared Leto. If you could tweet me at ZillaRage on Twitter. Also, drop me a follow. I'm trying to get to 30K this year.
I watched his movie, The Joker, The Jokester. The Suicide Squad was terrible. He didn't even commit suicide. That would have. That's what I went there for. Message at ZillaRage.
I'd appreciate that. Yeah, let me know. For decades, there have been terrible stories about Jared Leto accusing him of SA and inappropriate relations with underage girls. Actually, one of the reasons I decided to make this video was because during the release of Morbius...
Is there any credibility to those allegations?
That week, he was trending on Twitter, and I clicked to see what everybody was talking about, and I ran across a tweet, interesting tweet. May 16, 2018, Dylan Sprouse tweeted, "Yo, Jared..."
Well, 1825 is legal.
Leto, now that you slid into the DMs of every female model aged 18 to 25, what would you say your success rate is? Now, if you're not aware, Dylan Sprouse is the twin brother.
Did he answer? You probably read a book.
Of Cole Sprouse. He's the star that goes by Jughead Jones on Riverdale. This is Cole Sprouse, and this...
The fuck is that? Jughead Jones? What is Riverdale? Is it the fucking Archie comics? The fuck?
This is Dylan Sprouse. James Gunn actually replied to Dylan Sprouse and said he starts at 18 on the internet.
Oh, shit.
This is actually not the first time that James has talked about Jared Leto. Back in 2015, in a now-deleted Periscope live stream,
It's from Archie Comics? It's actually based on... Wow. Why? Okay. That sounds interesting.
Went on there...
Maybe I'll watch it with my wife. Where the fuck is my wife? She usually stops in the streams by now, asshole.
And among other things, talked about how Jared slept with underage girls. Now, this has since been deleted. James said on Instagram, "Good morning, Bogota, Colombia. I'm sorry to all of you around the world who saw my Ambien-fueled Periscope session last night at 3 a.m. Yes, I erased it." But he didn't deny anything that was said, and even further back in 2012, he tweeted this.
What are you talking
Driving
about?
home from Vegas, trading stories about what a DICK Jared Leto is. This, of course, has been deleted.
Well, where's the allegation, though?
And for whatever reason, completely scrubbed off the Wayback Machine. In the same year of James's deleted livestream post, the New York Post reported that Jared had been pursuing teen models. This was written by Chris Wilson. Starts off saying, Jared Leto likes him young, the 33-year-old Requiem for a Dream actor, last seen squiring Ashley Olsen and Lindsay Lohan around town, has been aggressively pursuing many of the teen models checked up at the Maritime Hotel.
How old is like a teen model? Like, is that 18? Is that 19?
And Lindsay Lohan around town has...
Like, I'm being honest, because a lot of times we throw out, like, we use, like, what teen are they?
Been aggressively pursuing many of the teen models checked up at the Maritime Hotel. One source said that he'd been approaching all the girls around there and inviting them to his show. Girls from IMG, Elite, Next, and Women are staying there, and Jared has been hitting on all of them. He's a serial texter. He is consistently texting these 16 to 17-year-old girls. It's really kind of creepy.
That's pretty fucked up.
He actually approached...
IMG Elite. What is this? This school?
He is consistently texting these 16 to 17-year-old girls. It's really kind of creepy. He actually approached a new elite model that was 17 years old named Nadia at a restaurant. And she said, "No, you can't have my number because I have a boyfriend." And the boyfriend was actually there and witnessed it all. It was at a restaurant at the Maritime Hotel. Also in 2015, there was another story that was making its rounds, and this story has been completely scrubbed from the internet, but I did manage to get a hold of a couple pieces of.
I wonder what the social sphere was like 17 years ago. It's probably more acceptable. It's disgusting, but I wonder if it was like considered more acceptable, because that was like 17 years ago, right? He was 33.
But through the Wayback Machine, I'm going to show you these now deleted things, and keep in mind that this is...
Because, like, unfortunately, this shit, like, it's somewhat new to be like, hey, you shouldn't think 17-year-olds are sexy. It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Probably the most graphic part of this video.
Okay,
if you are sensitive to these types of things, be careful. It was written by Evangeline Van Houten, and it's titled Another Cosby, a reminder that several women have accused Jared Leto of SA. It details stories and encounters that women have had with Jared, and it doesn't add up to a really pretty picture here. One person saying that he was very aggressive.
What the fuck? Sorry.
Aggressive. There was choke.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you fucking shifting the camera like that?
No respect, and it seemed like he enjoyed her.
Anyway, the choking is 100% true, as well as restraining a lot of holding you down. He fucks hard and rough and quick. There's a lot of movement, position shifting, and a bit of tit sucking. Tit biting and sucking. There are a lot of marks left. He doesn't give a shit that his cock is fucking gigantic, and it hurts like Satan. It's not long. It's not only long. It had to be about 11 to 12 inches. It's thick and burned. Blah 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 blah. There's okay. Yeah, pleasure out of hurting me in retrospect, but I was too young and didn't know that then. He was a major dick. So reading this, it sounds kind of like what they're saying, because they said, like, I think he got pleasure out of hurting me in retrospect, but I was too young and didn't know that much then. Honestly, what it sounds like, I have to read the article.
Hurting the person. At one point, they say, I didn't like the choking, and at least he eased up on that a bit, but he still did the wrist restraining and ramming. I like rough, but he seems to zone out, and it's scary.
So this...
Another saying they didn't mind the name calling, but the whole time that they were having relations with him, they felt like they were being RAPED and not even play RAPE.
They felt like he was raping them. So like this is one of those like conversations. It doesn't actually sound like any of this is sexual assault. What this sounds like is a lot of people got together with Jared Leto. It seems like they're all of an appropriate age. They got together with Jared Leto, and he likes really rough, aggressive sex, and they're engaging in casual sex culture. And so, like, they're like, "Oh, let's fuck it." They're like, "I want to fuck Jared Leto, of course." And then they like kind of let him do things to them, and like they're uncomfortable with, but that doesn't necessarily make it like sexual assault. Like if this is happening, and if, you know, and it's so fucked up because it sounds like they were like somewhat intimidated by him. It's probably a mixture of like intimidation plus like, oh my god, Jared Leto, I'll let him do whatever I want, you know. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. There's not really sexual assault. It's the issue of having casual sex with people. You know, I the best thing I could really say is like he should have been more open to like making sure that you could say no. You feel comfortable doing that would be more appropriate. But even when they said it felt like I was getting raped, they're probably talking about how like it was. I guess he likes consensual, non-consent sex. And it feels real to them, which is fucked up. And probably because they're not super like. They don't know each other, so those boundaries are like very lost on a lot of people. That's like some shit that's like very intimate. You really shouldn't do unless you're really with somebody, like, you know, like with somebody. So, and like understand boundaries.
In his mind, it seems like he thought he was actually doing that, and it was very odd. One person saying that they had relations with him when they were 15 years.
That's obviously rape, statutory rape.
Old.
If that's true.
Another saying, I lost all respect for Jared Leto after I met too many teenage girls who have been approached by Jared in order to sleep with them. He's just another rock star who lets his ego get to his head so he can take advantage of young girls. He even hit on my 15-year-old best friend. He's no better than Roman Polanski in my eyes. Wow. The stories get really bad, but here's a story that actually involves his brother, Shannon Leto, and a tour bus. It says Jared Leto grabbed a girl's neck while she gave his brother a lap dance. Okay. So this situation right here was said to have happened around April 2002, and he was in the middle of a 3-year relationship with Cameron Diaz. This is what the girl says. The other girls and I got down to bikinis and hung out with Jared and the band backstage. The girl then says Jared invited her onto his tour bus. His brother, Shannon, the band's drummer, was already on it, and the three of us were the only people there. I gave Jared a lap dance for just a minute, but then he asked me to do the same for his brother, who was sitting on the couch. As I started to dance for Shannon, Jared suddenly grabbed me around the throat from behind and said to me, I can reach pure sexual enjoyment in 30 seconds just by looking into your eyes. Obviously, it was a kind of weird situation. Jared sat back down and watched Vicky lap dance for his brother for 10 minutes. She claims then the interlude ended and the roadie announced it was time for them to leave for the next gig. Jared is one of the stranger guys I've met.
I wonder if he grabbed her hard, because it sounds like he didn't. You know, which is still really uncomfortable and scary. But
going back to 2018, a writer named Helen tweeted this. Is Jared Leto's consistent predatory behavior really unknown to the public, or did the collective consciousness shut down after Bill Cosby's 2004 SA case? Everyone selectively forgot.
Well, Bill Cosby was like drugging women and raping them. I think that's a little bit, I don't know. I mean, the kid shit, the allegations of him talking to kids is really fucked up, but it doesn't sound like the same thing. It sounds like he would get together with a bunch of fans and have sex with them, but he liked really aggressive, rough sex.
About it until Hannibal Buress made people remember. Going on to say, do y'all not realize the types of outlets for coming forward there were before literally 2017? None. Media-wise, you came out on Reddit, anonymously, or on blogs or to friends. His did all of this. At this point, they don't owe y'all anything and have probably given up. I actually reached out and had a conversation with Helen, and she told me some pretty terrible things. I've asked her if I can share those stories with you guys, but she's not gotten back to me yet. If she does, I'll let you know here, so make sure you subscribe to notifications.
Oh, well, maybe I would have waited.
Notifications turned on. These types of series pop up every time that Jared Leto is trending in media, most recently when he took a picture with Olivia Rodrigo at the Grammys. Just on 4/4/22, the headlines, Jared Leto misconduct resurfaced after photo with Olivia Rodrigo. This is the photo here.
Okay.
Users on Twitter saying, I hate this, please keep her away from him, oh my god. After reading all that, this picture is very uncomfortable. Oh no, Olivia, BFF, get behind me, I'm gonna protect you. I think it's very concerning that these types of things come up whenever Jared is trending in the news, but it kind of seems like it just gets swept under the rug. I don't know why that is, but when I was doing...
Well, it doesn't seem like none of this seems to be super substantiated. Like, I'm not saying I like the guy, but like none of it seems like substantiated. So that's probably why it gets swept under the rug.
In my research with this video, a lot of things were scrubbed from the internet. Things were manually removed from the Wayback Machine. It's just kind of weird. It's almost like somebody is protecting him. But as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right. You guessed it. I want to know two things. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses.
Okay. Well, that was an interesting video.
For you. And
cool beans. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.